Hello, hi, and welcome to M5's new English learning program. Let's speak English. Learn English, sitting down, in front of your TV. I'm Gav Duncan, and I'm here on your TV to help you improve your English. Welcome to Let's Speak English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay then, let's learn English. Okay, today, wait for it. Today, it's time to look at the present simple. Way! Fantastic horses, monkeys and cows. That's right. It's time to learn some verbs. Magic! Verbs! Okay, so which verbs do we know? Well, we know the verbs to be, to watch, to learn, to look at. We know lots of verbs. Here are some really useful verbs. To come, to go, to live, to work, to read, to write, to drive, to walk, to run, to swim, to like, and to love. Okay, Mabel, table. To come, to go, to live, to work, to read, to write, to drive, to walk, to run, to swim, to like, to love, to wash, to hate, to wake up, to get up, to fly, to carry. Okay, so now we know some more verbs. Now, when do we use the present simple with verbs? Well, we use the present simple to talk about things that are true. We also use the present simple to talk about things which happen sometimes or all the time. Now, let's look at some words we use to talk about time. Words we use when we use the present simple. Have a look at the list of words we use to talk about when or how often we do things. Always, never, every day, every Saturday, sometimes, 3 times a week, every weekend, twice a year, usually, normally. Let me give you an example, a very simple example. My name is Gav. This sentence is in the present simple tense. Why do we use the present simple for names? Well, names always stay the same. Well, nearly always. Normally, the name you have when you're born is the name you have all your life. It's true, all the time. Okay, what else stays the same? Well, what about your birthday? It's on the same day every year. It doesn't change. So I always say, my birthday is on the 23rd of November. Now, do you remember why I use on? That's right. Remember when we learned about prepositions of time with Terry the squirrel? That's right. We learned 3 prepositions of time: at, on, and in. Do you remember when we use them? We use at for clock times. I wake up at 7:45 a.m. We use on for days and dates. I work on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. And I relax on Saturday and Sunday. Christmas Day is on the 25th of December in the UK. Okay, well, what about something else which doesn't change? What about where I live? I say, I live in Hungary. It's the same all the time. Now, do you remember that we learned 5 spelling groups for nouns? Good. Well, with the verbs in the present simple tense, we also have some spelling changes. In the present simple tense, the 3rd person singular, he, she, it, is spelt differently to the other parts of the verb. Let's take a look at the verb to read. I read, you read. He, she, it reads. We read. You read. They read. Did you notice the difference? That's right. We use the same form for everyone, but not for he, she, it. The third person singular, he, she, it, adds an S to the end of the verb. Now, do you remember the 5 groups of nouns? We learned that when we change a noun from a singular into a plural, we change the spelling. There were 5 groups. Do you remember the groups? First, there is group 1. We change these nouns from singular to plural by adding S to the end of the noun. Then there is group 2. The second group are nouns which end in S, SH, CH and X. We change these nouns from singular to plural by adding ES. Then there's group 3. The third group are nouns which end in Y. If the noun ends in consonant plus Y, then we change the singular to plural by changing the Y to IES. Also in this group, we have nouns which end in vowel plus Y. We change these nouns from singular to plural by adding S. Okay, so now let's look at group 4. The fourth group are nouns which end in F or FE. To make these nouns plural, we change the F or FE to VES. Okay, so we know about the different groups and the way we change singular nouns to make them plural. Now, some nouns are irregular. These nouns are illogical, so we have to learn and remember them. Okay, so now there are 5 groups. Group number 5 is the irregular group. Here, in group 5, logic is dead. Here are some more irregular nouns, singular and plural. Now, let's think about group 3. Nouns in group 3 have different spellings if they end in vowel plus Y or consonant plus Y. Do you remember vowels and consonants? That's right. Vowels are A, E, I, O and U. And consonants are all the other letters in the alphabet. B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W, X, Y and Z. Now, we need to think about vowels and consonants with some verbs in the present simple tense. Look at these 2 verbs, to play and to fly. To play ends in vowel plus Y. This means that in the third person singular, he, she, it, we add an S, like most verbs in the present simple tense. To fly ends in consonant plus Y. This means that in the third person singular, we change the Y to IES. I play, you play, he, she, it plays. We play, you play, they play. I fly, you fly, he, she, it flies. We fly, you fly, they fly. So, now we can see 2 different spelling changes. With most verbs, we add an S to the third person singular in the present simple tense. But if the verb ends in consonant plus Y, then we change the Y to IES. Now, what about irregular verbs? Well, the verb to go is irregular. In the third person singular, it changes to goes, like this. I go, you go, he, she, it goes. We go, you go, they go. The verb to go changes to goes in the third person singular, because it belongs to a group of irregular verbs. If the verb ends in ss, x, ch, sh or o, then we add es to the third person singular. Okay, let's look at that again. We add s to most verbs in the third person singular. He, she, it. We add es to irregular verbs which end in ss or x or ch or sh or o in the third person singular. If the verb ends in consonant plus y, then we change the y to ies in the third person singular. Okay, so we know the rules. I know the rules, you know the rules, and he knows the rules. She knows the rules, and it knows the rules. Magic! Horses, donkeys, zebras, and gnu's. Right, well, let's look at the verbs we know and make sentences with them. Let's look at a couple of examples first. He's a helicopter pilot. He flies helicopters every day. You're a taxi driver. You drive a taxi. Good, great, easy peasy. Now, let's turn these into sentences too. He works in a bank. He goes to work at 7:40 every morning. Great, fantastic. That was a little sneaky. We had to select the correct present simple form for the third person singular for the verb to work. He works, she works, it works. Then we had to select the correct form for the third person singular for an irregular verb, the verb to go. The verb to go ends in o, so the correct form for the third person singular is not s, but es. Then, as an extra test, we remembered that we use the preposition at with clock times. Blimey, crikey, phew! Okay, are we ready for the next one? Yes? Good. Here we go. She's Hungarian. She lives in Miskolc. That one was easy. Next. We read a newspaper sometimes. They are students. They write reports every week. My grandmother lives near the market. She walks to the market every weekend. Alfredo Benchfield likes sport. He runs 3 times a week. Doreen Benchfield likes sport. She swims every weekend. Jenny Wren goes on holiday twice a year. I usually wash my hair 4 times a week. She hates broccoli. She never eats broccoli. They wake up at 6:45 a.m. every weekday. He wakes up at 11 a.m. every Saturday. I get up at 7:45 a.m. every day. Pilots fly every day. He's a policeman in America. He carries a gun. That's all we have time for today. But next lesson, we'll learn some more verbs and practice making sentences with them. Today we learned some new verbs and some new words to tell us how often we do things. Every day, every week, every month, every year. Well, time's up for this lesson, so I'll see you next time. I had fun today. I hope you had fun too. I'm Gav Duncan. I'm not Idi Amin. I'll see you next lesson for more English fun. Thanks for watching M5's new English learning program, Let's Speak English. See you later. Bye.